Okay, I don't know where I know you from, though. I know you from somewhere. Yeah. I used to work at Ken Mars many years ago, but bingo? Bingo. Yeah.
I don't. I haven't since last October.
Oh, good you. I just don't like it as much anymore. Yeah, the wind and stuff. And it's not the same. We used to joke around. I go with my brother all the time. A lot of people think he's my husband, but he's my brother. And yeah, but we just not enjoying ourselves in our swimming.
And they're going to start soon. I'm not going to say
Since last October. It's been a couple, but I haven't.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kingston Baseball Association YouTube channel. My name is Jacob Ewing as we have game number 2 today here in championship weekend in our minor division. This one between a team we've already seen in the Rockies and the A's the first time on the stream today, who also played earlier today. So we'll take ball number 1 as that one's down in the dirt. It will be the Rockies at the bats for the top of the first inning. And we'll see the Athletics on the offensive side of the ball in the bottom of the first. So a 1-0 count as that one was down in the dirt is leading things off for the Rockies is number 11, Austin. It's now in a 1-0 count. We await this pitch. This one delivered down in the dirt for ball number 2. So a 2-0 count now to kick off Austin at the plate. At the mound is number 6 here for the Athletics. That's number 6, Caden, who's trying to get into a groove here in a 2-0 count. This one delivered down in the dirt again for ball number 3. So a 3-0 count here to lead things off for Austin. Austin one pitch away from getting a leadoff walk. We'll see if he can find it. 3-0 the count. Caden taking a sigh of relief, trying to figure out how he can find the strike zone here. He'll wind and deliver. 3-0 pitch gets behind Austin. And it'll be ball number 4 for a leadoff walk for the Rockies. Just takes them off to first base and gives them the runner to work with here as we'll move on to the order. Hitting in the second slot is number 1, Lillian. We'll see what Lillian can do here with a runner at first, just trying to advance him to a scoring position. We'll see what she can do here as we'll await pitch number 1 against Caden, who Caden is still trying to find the strike zone as he delivered 4 balls in a row in that first at bat. That will be strike number 1 as that one hits the outside of the strike zone. So we'll start off Lillian's first at bat here. 0-1. As Caden able to deliver that one on the outside of the zone. 0-1 count. We'll await the next pitch. This one delivered down in the dirt for a ball. That Austin's going to take off to second. And he's going to be safe and sound over at second base. A successful steal. Puts runner in a scoring position now over at second. And a 1-1 count here with Lillian at the plate. We'll await the pitch. Wind and delivered. Outside for ball number 2. And we'll move to a 2-1 count here. As Lillian now, with a runner advanced over to second, now has one in the scoring position. She would love to try to convert him. This pitch delivered down to the dirt for another ball. Make that ball number 3. And a 3-1 count now against Lillian. An opportunity for a walk here. Caden can't find the strike zone. We'll await the pitch. Winds and delivers. 3-1 pitch incoming. Down in the dirt for ball number 4. Lillian will take off to first and put runners at first and second here. Back-to-back walks for the Rockies. Brings up number 8, Bode, to the plate. As an opportunity, still with 0 outs here as the Rockies are getting off to a good offensive start of the ball. We'll see if Caden, who will struggle to find the strike zone here early on, can start to deliver some of his pitches. Pitch number 1, swing and a miss. Strike number 1. As he couldn't find contact to go 0-1 down on the count early on. So an 0-1 count as he couldn't find contact there. This pitch delivered. Straps back away but takes strike number 2 as that one's delivered on the inside of the strike zone. And so an 0-2 count and an opportunity for Caden and the Rockies to pick up the first strikeout here in the top of the first inning. We'll see if he can deliver. We'll await the pitch. 0-2 the count. Winds and delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3 for the strikeout for the A's. The first one of the inning will have 1 down, 2 to go here. We'll bring up cleanup hitter number 12, Spencer, to the plate here. And we'll see what Spencer can do here. Just with runners at second and first, trying to advance them. Well, wait, pitch number 1. This one delivered from Caden down in the dirt for ball number 1. That one's going to get free from the catcher. Runners are going to advance. The throw to third is off the mark. Austin with successful steal, and same as Lillian. So both runners advance into scoring positions, and now, well, Austin a base hit away from getting the Rockies on the board here. As we're still tied up at 0-0 here early on the top of the first inning. We'll see if Spencer can pick himself up an opportunity with get a pair of RBIs. We'll await pitch number 2. It's a 1-0 count. Winds and delivers. Swung on and missed. Takes a strike as he couldn't find contact. So we'll move to a 1-1 count. It's Caden. Gonna want to deliver on this one again. Just low for a ball, as that one just couldn't be located in the strike zone. So go to 2-1 now after that last pitch. This one delivered down in the dirt as well for another ball. And so an opportunity with a 3-1 count. If one more ball can come through for Spencer, would send him over to first and get the bases loaded for the Rockies here in the top of the first inning. It'd be a phenomenal start for them. We'll see if Caden can start finding the strike zone here. We'll await the pitch. In a 3-1 scenario, he needs a pair of strikes inside. Actually ends up getting Spencer in the foot. Will be a walk for the Rockies. Put runner over at first and, well, load the bases up. And be a incredible opportunity here for the Rockies to do some damage. Number 5, Griffin, the batter now at the plate here with the bases loaded. An opportunity to do some damage. We'll see if he can find contact. Pitch number 1, swing and a miss.
Good swing, bud.
So he goes 0-1 down early. This one delivered way outside for a ball. So we apologize for the lag, but we should be back hopefully undergoing here. We're still looking for solid connection. So Griffin now still at the plate, took a ball on his last pitch with the bases loaded. This pitch delivered, swung on and missed. Strike number 2 as he couldn't find contact on that one as well. And so Griffin now 2 strikes to his name. He's got to be careful. The Athletics an opportunity to find the punch out here if they can deliver one more through the zone. And a 1-2 count will await the pitch. Caden delivers. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. As I believe he might have got contact, but it's caught by the catcher. And so that will be the second out here in the top of the first inning as the A's trying to leave the bases stranded here as they are loaded right now. We'll move on to the order. Brings up number 9, Nathan, to the plate here. Nathan with an opportunity with the bases loaded. We'll see if he can find contact. But the A's trying to end the inning as now they have 2 outs. Pitch number 1 delivered. Down to dirt for ball number 1. Gets free from the catcher, but runners are going to stay where they are. Still with the bases loaded. So a 1-0 count against Nathan. Caden winds and delivers. He's going to find contact, but it's just going to be chopped off the third base line into foul territory. So that'll be strike number 1 against him as he did find contact. Now he's just going to look for it to be a fair ball. He'll split ones across the board now. 1-1 count. Still with the bases loaded, but Caden and the A's trying to get out of it. This pitch delivered. Finds contact again, but fouls it back. We'll take strike number 2 in the count. And the A's an opportunity to find the strikeout here and be back-to-back strikes. It's a 1-2 count. And a huge pitch incoming from Caden and the Athletics. Winds and delivers. 1-2. Just outside for ball number 2. A great take there from Nathan. Not to take a swing. We'll go to 2-2 in the count now. With Nathan at the plate. Bases loaded. This pitch delivered. Swung on and missed from Nathan. Strike number 3 to end the inning. The A's get out of it as they leave the bases loaded. For the Rockies, we'll head to the bottom of the first inning with the first time for the Athletics to hit the offensive side of the ball and try to get their offense going as we're still tied up at 0-0. It was a great start for the Rockies. They had the bases loaded, but just couldn't convert on any runs. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. The Athletics on the offensive side of the ball looks to be leading things off. Will be number 12, Liam. We'll confirm that just in moments time, but we'll see who's going to be the starting pitcher at the mound as well for the Rockies as they take out to the field, try to get their defensive outing started off successfully. It looks to be number 12 for the Rockies will be the starting pitcher tonight. Pardon me, this morning. It's 11:48 in the morning, I should be saying. So looks to be number 12, Spencer, the starting pitcher for the Rockies, will take the ball and start to try to get things off started successfully and keep this game all tied up at 0 apiece. We had our first game of Pool A here in the minor division of championship weekend between the Yankees and the Rockies, and the Yankees took that one very convincing. I believe the final score was 14-1 going the Yankees' way. So we'll see if the Rockies can bounce back here, though. Another opportunity to get them in the win column here in this tournament. So So we'll get some warm-up pitches in before we get back into the way here for the Rockies out in the field. Spencer taking some warm-up pitches before we get off and underway, and I believe we're going to see number 12, Liam, in the leadoff slot for the Athletics, the A's, whatever we want to call them. As you can see, each team represented by an MLB team. I believe we also have the Blue Jays in this pool as well as the Yankees and these two teams. So we'll see them all on the stream. I believe it'll be the Yankees and the Blue Jays in our game number 3 here later today. So finish up some warm-up pitches and how's it going, man? Good game, man.
Thank you.
All right. How's finger doing? Real good?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's good. Yep.
You doing any skating over the summer?
Yeah.
Travel
I was
is
like,
horrible.
Yeah.
When you do that,
Like every, I think it's every Tuesday and Friday.
Tuesdays and Fridays?
Yeah, I have like, stuff with my dad.
And so, I believe we'll finally get this bottom of the first inning underway here. I believe we're just waiting on the catcher to put on the pads and all the gear before we get back and underway in this game. 0-0 after the top of the first. The Rockies left the bases loaded, so we'll see the first opportunity for the Athletics on the offensive side of the ball, as I heard they were coming in as the top seed into this tournament. So catcher will take his position. And so we'll finally get the bottom of the first inning underway here, and the leadoff spot will be number 12, Liam. We'll see what Liam can do here. So look to start the inning off successfully for the A's. Well, a pitch number 1 from Spencer. He'll wind and deliver. Swung on and missed. Strike number 1. As he couldn't find contact, as that one came up high and dipped down low rapidly. So an 0-1 count. As Liam couldn't find contact. Well, pitch number 2. This one delivered as well. Swung on and missed again. Strike number 2. And he'll go down 0-2 early. And so an opportunity for an early strikeout here for Spencer. If he can deliver one more through the strike zone, we'll see if he can make it happen. Which would be a huge first out for the Rockies here in the bottom of the first. This pitch delivered just off the plate for ball number 1. And so he'll take a ball as that one was outside and just down in the dirt. So a 1-2 count now here with Liam. We'll await the pitch. This one lobbed in there. Just going to get behind Liam for ball number 2. So takes back-to-back balls, and we're now all tied up at 2-2 in the count. Spencer still an opportunity, though, to find the punch-out. If he can deliver one more. This one in there. Strike number 3 with a swing and a miss to retire the first batter.
Good job, Rockies.
Huge punch-out from Spencer at the mound. 1 out, 2 to go here for the Rockies here in the bottom of the first inning. We'll move on in the order. Brings up number 10, Victoria, to the plate here for her first at-bat in this game. We'll see what Victoria can do. We'll see if Spencer can follow it up with another huge at-bat. Ball number 1 as that one was way inside, as Victoria had to back up to get away from that one. So we'll start things off with a 1-0 count. So 1-0 the count. Wind and deliver from Spencer. Off and away again. We'll have ball number 2 for Victoria and make it a 2-0 count now. Spencer is just lobbing these ones in and trying to find the strike zone here. They dip really fast when they get to the plate, so he just has to be able to locate them. 2-0 pitch incoming. This one delivered off the plate as well for ball number 3. A 3-0 count for Victoria and an opportunity with one more ball to come through to send her to first and give the Athletics a runner to work with. Spencer delivers. Strike number 1 as that one is located on the inside of the strike zone. We move to 3-1 now, as that one, last one was able to hit the plate. This pitch delivered down in the dirt. I believe that's going to be ball number 4, and it'll be a walk for Victoria. She'll head off to first and give the A's a runner to work with now, as they'll try to advance her into a scoring position, and we'll move on in the order to number 3, Odin, to the plate now. We'll see what Odin can do here with 1 out, as the Rockies found it off the first batter. So Odin now at the plate. Pitch number 1. Lobbed in there for ball number 1 as it's off the plate. So we'll start things off with ball number 1 and a 1-0 count. So 1-0 with Victoria at first. That one delivered, swung on and missed. Strike number 1. As they couldn't find contact. That one's Victoria's gonna go all the way to second as that one gets free from catcher. And a successful steal as she'll advance herself into a scoring position and will resume with a 1-1 count after that last strike call at the plate. So 1-1 the count. As Spencer will take back this ball. Odin with his first at bat takes that one inside for ball number 2. So a 2-1 count now. Spencer really getting some height on these pitches here and just hoping that they dip down in time. This one delivered, looks over the plate, swung on and missed from Odin. Strike number 2. And a 2-2 count now. Victoria's going to go to third. And she'll be there in time after the throw is launched. So another successful steal. Victoria goes from first to third and now is a base hit away from getting the A's on the board here. We'll see if they can convert on it. And Odin an opportunity to pick himself up an RBI. We'll resume back at the plate. 2-2 the count here. With Odin. Winds and delivers. Outside and up high for ball number 3. We'll move to a full count here. With Odin at the plate. An opportunity to find himself a walk and put runners in the corners. Or can Spencer finish him off and find the punch out? We'll await the pitch. In a full count scenario. This pitch delivered. Behind Odin. I believe that will be ball number 4. And we'll put runners in the corners as he'll take a walk over to first. And we'll move on in the order to cleanup hitter number 5, I believe that is. That's Will R. So we'll see what Will can do here. With a runner at third, an opportunity to pick himself up an RBI. If he could find some sort of gap in the infield. We'll await pitch number 1. This one's delivered off the plate for a ball. And we'll start this count off 1-0. Runner's going to go to second. That's Odin. And the throw is just off the mark and a little late, so a successful steal puts both 2 runners in scoring positions now as Odin finds his way over to second base. And so Will's job becomes a little bit easier now with 2 runners on base on scoring positions. Ball number 2 as that one's away. And so we'll move to a 2-0 count now. As the Athletics trying to take an early lead in this game. 2-0 the count. This pitch delivered. Going to be behind Will for ball number 3. And so Will is up very early on. 3 balls to his name. 1 more would spell a walk and load the bases up for the A's. We'll see if Spencer can battle back within this count and try to find some strikes here. This one delivered. Up high for, I believe, ball number 4. So Will take off to first and load the bases up for the A's. Here in the bottom of the first inning with only 1 out after Spencer found it first. After the first batter found a strikeout against Lyam. Has loaded the bases up. We move on in the order to number 1, Miles. Miles now with the bases loaded has an opportunity to do some damage. Pitch number 1, swung on and missed. He couldn't find contact. Strike number 1. He'll go down 0-1 early in the count. A beautiful pitch there delivered by Spencer. So an 0-1 count now. With Miles at the plate. This next one delivered. Takes that one. Time will be called. He'll be hit by that pitch as he gets it right in the elbow. It'll be a bases loaded walk for the A's. They make it a 1-0 game as they open it up, as it will be Victoria, the one to do the honor to step over home plate. It's 1-0 as they open it up with a bases loaded walk. And they'll keep the bases loaded here as we'll move on in the order. Brings up Caden, who pitched the first inning for the A's. That one's going to get free. And no runners will be to advance. We'll start things off with a 1-0 count. As that one will get away from the catcher and be outside. So 1-0 the count. This one delivered against Caden. Finds contact, gonna hit that one right to the pitcher. Spencer trying to throw it to first, but they'll throw it to second instead. He's safe at second base. And it'll be an RBI single for Caden as Odin, the one to come home and make it a 2-0 Athletics game. So a successful hit as Spencer looked to throw it to first, but there was no first baseman at the base, so they had to go to second. And by the time they try to get it there, Will be safe at second. the bases will remain loaded, and the Athletics make it 2-0 here early on in the bottom of the first inning, still with only one out. So we'll move on in the order. Brings up number 7, Asher, to the plate here. And we'll see what Asher can do. Still with the bases loaded. He'll look for some hard contact. Takes ball number 1. He'll take that one way behind him for ball number 2. And go up 2-0 early on in this count. So Asher will get back ready, back at the plate. 2-0 the count. Spencer delivers this one. It's going to be behind Asher's head again for ball number 3. And so one ball away from having another bases loaded walk here. We'll see if the Rockies can battle against it. That was a bit of a problem for them in the last game. They've had several bases loaded walks against the Yankees. They'll look to limit them here. 3-0 count going against Asher. This pitch delivered outside for ball number 4. We'll have a bases loaded walk, and will come home and will make it a 3-0 Athletics games here as they score another run. As Asher will take off the first, the bases will remain loaded. I believe there's still only one out here in the bottom of the first, so still looking to find 2 more. We'll have number 4, Liam, up to the plate now as he'll step into the box. Still with the bases loaded here. Pitch number 1 delivered up high for ball number 1. And we'll start this count off 1-0. So 1-0 the count. This one delivered. Strike number 1 as that one hits the inside of the strike zone. And so we'll move to 1-1 now. 1-1 the count. Spencer trying to find the strike zone. Swung on and missed. Strike number 2. And we'll go to 1-2 now. Huge back-to-back pitches from Spencer to both find the strike zone. He's looking to finish him off now and find his second strikeout here in this game. We'll see if he can make it happen. In a 1-2 count, he's up in it early. Can Spencer finish Liam off at the plate? Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Spencer gets the punch out in his second one of the game. Out number 2. Huge out there from Spencer at the plate as the Rockies are trying to keep the runs to a limit here for the A's, and we'll move on in the order. Number 14, Griff, now at the plate here with the bases loaded. We'll see what Griff can do here. Pitch number 1 as Spencer found his last strikeout. Strike number 1. Successful start for Spencer and the Rockies as we start this count off 0-1. We'll wait pitch number 2 and an 0-1 count. This one delivered, swung on a miss from Griff. Strike number 2. 0-2 the count now. An opportunity for Spencer to leave the bases loaded and end the inning. Can he deliver? 0-2 the count. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. That will do it for the bottom of the first inning as Spencer finds his 3rd strikeout and will head to the top of the second as the A's find 3 there in the bottom of the first. It's a 3-0 game as the Rockies will head back to the bats and try to get their offense back going here and try to get on the board as they were held scoreless in the top of the first. But they'll have another opportunity here in the top of the second as they're still looking for their first win here in this tournament here as they lost in the first game of the day. So we'll head to the top of the second, and I believe it will be number 2, Peter, in the leadoff slot for the Rockies. We'll confirm that in just a moment's time, and we'll see if Caden is the pitcher who will take back to the mound for the A's as he pitched that first inning of work. So it's a beautiful day here out in Shannon's Corner. Sunny. We had a bit of rain over the last 2 days, so it's nice to have a little bit of sun today, you know. Not too hot, a little bit of wind too. So nice that the wind made cool down the team, all the players out there in the field, not get them too warm. So we'll confirm that who that is at the mound in just a moment's time. It will be number 6, Caden, for another inning of work at the mound for the A's. And so it will be Peter in the leadoff slot here for the Rockies as he'll try to start the inning off successfully for them as he'll step up to the plate. And we'll get the top of the second inning underway here. 3-0 Athletics lead, but an opportunity for the Rockies as they're back at the plate to do some damage of their own. Pitch number 1, delivered down in the dirt for a ball. So that will be ball number 1 in the count. We'll start things off 1-0 with Peter at the plate. So 1-0 the count. Caden back at the mound for another inning of work. Held the Rockies scoreless in the top of the first. We'll see what we can do here in the top of the second. Strike number 1 against Peter as that one hits the inside of the strike zone. We'll go to ones across the board. 1-1 the count. Well, the way pitch number 3 is Caden taking his time. Winds and delivers. Peter able to find contact, but just fouled that one just outside the first base line. So he's able to find contact. Now he's going to look for fair contact. 1-2 the count here. An opportunity, though, for Caden if he can deliver one more strike to find the first punch out here in the top of the second inning. We'll await the pitch. This one delivered. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. And that will end Peter at the plate with strike number 3. So we'll move on. That'll be the first out here in the top of the second inning for the A's. And we'll move on in the order. So we'll bring up number 10, Jonah, to the plate now. We'll see what Jonah can do as he looks to get on base here for the Rockies to start their inning off successfully. So he'll load up and we'll await the pitch. After moments ago, Caden found his first strikeout here. That one's just high for a ball. So we'll start this count off 1-0. 1-0 the count. We'll await the pitch. He's going to load up and fire. That one just drops before it hits the strike zone, so it'll be ball number 2. And we'll start us off with a 2-0 count now. So 2-0 the count. We'll await the pitch. Caden trying to find the strike zone here. That one delivered right down the middle. Strike number 1. And we'll go to 2-1 now as that one was delivered perfectly through the strike zone. As Caden is starting to find a rhythm here as he's already retired one batter in this inning. He's trying to make it 2, but Jonah trying to change that. That pitch delivered just doesn't drop in time. We'll have ball number 4. I believe, and so Jonah will take over to first and give the Rockies a runner to work with now as they'll try to advance him into a scoring position. And we'll move on in the order. Brings up number 3, Connor, to the plate here. Connor with an opportunity to make something happen as the Rockies trying to get on the board here. We'll wait pitch number 1 from Caden with Connor's first at-bat here in this game. Swing and a miss, strike number 1. As he couldn't find contact to go 0-1 down. But that's exactly what you need to see. Had a hard swing on it and a lot of confidence on that swing. We'll see if he can find contact here. This one delivered, swung on and miss again, strike number 2. Runner's going to go to second, and catcher not going to test him. They're going to let him go. So a successful steal from Jonah puts him in a scoring position over at second base. Connor and an 0-2 count. Got to be careful, protect anything over the plate. We'll see if Caden can finish him off. This pitch delivered inside for ball number 1. As Connor had to jump back to dodge away from that one. Move to a 1-2 count. 1-2 the count with Connor at the plate. This one delivered. He'll find contact and just foul it back, so he'll stay at a 1-2 count. This kid not afraid to take a swing, exactly what you want to see. He's playing aggressive at the plate here. 1-2 the count as he fouled that last one back. This one delivered. He went through, strike number 3. For the second strikeout here in the top of the second inning for Caden. Runner will advance to third nonetheless. Jonah a base hit away from getting home and getting the Rockies on the board. We'll see if they can convert here as we move on in the order. Number 14, Dominic, the next batter at the plate here, has an opportunity to pick himself up an RBI. We'll see if he can make it happen. We'll await pitch number 1 from Caden, who's trying to make it 3 strikeouts here. This one delivered inside for ball number 1. We'll start this count off 1-0. So a 1-0 count. Jonah at third, a base hit away. Dominic, good back-to-back take, steps away, takes ball number 2. And start this count off 2-0. He's up in it. Caden, and a 2-0 count, trying to deliver something down the middle now. That one delivered. Again, close inside for Dominic. He'll have to back up again. A 3-0 count. One ball away from sending him over to first and putting runners in the corners. So those last 3 pitches in a row for Keaton have been all inside. We'll see if he can move that pitch just a little more to his left and try to find the strike zone. Dominic 1 pitch away from taking over to first with a walk. Keaton delivers right down the middle. Strike number 1. But Dominic, being up in the count, can take a couple strikes to his name. 3-1 the count after that last pitch. And we'll await this one. 3-1 pitch incoming. That one delivered right down the middle as well. Strike number 2. Brings us to a full count here. Back-to-back beautiful pitches from Caden. And a huge next pitch incoming. Strike number 3 would end the inning. But another ball would send Dominic over to first and put runners in the corners. We'll await the pitch. Full count. Here it is. Outside for ball number 4. Dominic heads over to first and puts runners in the corners. Over at third and first. Move on in the order. We reach number 7, Porter, to the plate now. We'll see what Porter can do. I still look to find some contact as he's a base hit away from getting the Rockies on the board. This one delivered. Swung on and missed. Strike number 1. As we go 0-1 down in the count, but a good swing there from Porter. Just couldn't find contact. So 0-1 the count. Winds and delivers to the mound. Strike number 2. Found a little bit of contact, but it's not enough to make any sort of significant change on the ball. 0-2 the count here. Caden, an opportunity to end the inning as he's up in the count. This pitch delivered. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. The Athletics get out of it as they leave runners stranded with at third and first. The Rockies had another opportunity to get on the board, but they can't make it happen. They'll head back out to the field, and the Athletics will head back to the plate as they'll try to extend their lead as it's a 3-0 game as we head to the bottom of the second inning. But the Rockies have looked, they've had their chances here in this game at the plates and the bases, but just haven't been able to convert when they got to that final scenario with runners in scoring positions. But nonetheless, we'll see who is going to take back to the mound for the Rockies, if it will be Spencer for another inning of work, or if we'll see a new pitcher take out to it. It looks to be number 3 to pick up the ball at the mound. It will be number 3, Connor, I believe, ready to come into relief for Spencer and pitch an inning, his first inning of work here in the bottom of the second inning. And so,
The pads on all day.
and so we'll also see who's in the leadoff slot just momentarily. I believe it's going to be Will M. Looks to be going to lead things off for the Athletics here in the bottom of the second inning, as the catcher will take his spot behind the plate and well, momentarily the beginning of the bottom of the second inning here in game number 2 of our minor championship weekend tournament. And this is Pool A. There's another pool being played on another field. I'm not sure where that field is. I believe it might be, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, we're here at Shannon's Corner all day long. I believe we have 4 games of this, and then we'll head over and have rookie ball of our semifinals there tomorrow. Pardon me, there later today. I believe that game starts at 6:30. And so we'll get the bottom of the second inning underway here, as leading things off, I believe, will be Will M. Here in the bottom of the second inning, as we'll see if he can get on base and start the Athletics inning successfully here, as Ump will clean the plate. And we only have one umpire here in this game. So we had 2 in the first game, but only 1 here. So he's having to making all the ball and the strike calls behind the pitcher almost over at second base. So we'll get it underway as we'll wait first pitch here from Connor as he makes his debut here in this game here in the bottom of the second inning. He'll take ball number 1 as that one is inside and low. And to start this count off for Will, 1-0. This is his first at-bat here in this game. Well, he pitch number 2. This one delivered. He finds contact and will foul it back, and we'll take strike number 1. As Connor delivered that one perfectly to the strike zone, heads back and gets catcher in the helmet, but he looks okay as he just walks it off a little bit. So a 1-1 count after that last foul back. As we will get ready back at the home plate. We'll await the next pitch. This one delivered. Take strike number 2 as that one just found the inside corner. And so an opportunity for Connor to start the inning off successfully here for the Rockies if he can deliver one more through the strike zone. We'll see if he can make it happen. It's a 1-2 count. He would love to find it. We'll await the pitch. This one delivered just outside for ball number 2. So 2s across the board here with Will at the plate. So a 2-2 count. Connor still an opportunity to find the strikeout. This one delivered, swung on and missed. Strike number 3 for the punch out as Connor's able to deliver. And 1 down, 2 to go here. A great start for the Rockies. And Connor at the mound. And we'll move on in the order. Brings up Noah, to the plate here. And we'll see what Noah can do here with no runners on any bases. Looks to get the offense started for the A's. This pitch delivered, finds contact, chopped right to Connor at the mound. The scoop and the throw to first is in the glove successfully for out number 2 as they're able to find it. So a quick 2 outs for the Rockies, and they're 1 out away from setting us to the top of the third inning as we move on in the order. Brings up Jackson to the plate now, but he's facing 2 outs. That one's behind him for ball number 1. But back-to-back great plays from Connor to find 2 quick outs. So ball number 1 against Jackson. He'll start this count off 1-0. So a 1-0 count. This one delivered. He's going to find contact, hit that one way up out into center field. And the center fielder can't get that one in the glove. Jackson's going to round first and go to second. The throw to second is not there in time as it's a little late. They'll go back to Connor at the mound. And so Jackson with a hard hit, double right out until center field. And so he'll get himself into a scoring position with that hard hit ball over at second base. And we move on to the order to, I believe that's Maury. As we reach the bottom of the order. And we'll see what Maury can do here with a runner over at second in a scoring position. He would love to find some contact. Pitch number 1 of Maury's at bat delivered. That one's going to be hit right to Connor at the mound. He does scoop it, but the throw is just a little too high. Runner's going to go from third to home. Jackson's going to get there and extend the Athletics lead to 4-0. As Maury trying to extend it to a triple. Gets there in time. He's safe at third. Maury with a triple as that one was slowly hit to the mound, but the throw was just off the mark. It's a 4-0 Athletics game as Maury with an RBI triple. And a beautiful play. So the A's make it 4-0. I believe Ump's going to make a call here. And so Maury's going to be called to go back to second. So it'll be a double for Maury nonetheless. And I believe we're going to go back to the top of the order here for the A's as they've already been through them. This is Liam still with 2 outs. Takes ball number 1 as that one was just down in the dirt. So start this count off 1-0. Still with a runner. That's Maury over at second. So a 1-0 count. This one delivered. Finds contact right past Connor at the mound. Scooped by the second baseman and can't get it to first in time. Maury's going to round third and go home. Runner's going to go to second, and Liam's going to be there in time. The Athletics add to their lead, make it 5-0 now. Off another play where the throw can't get on the mark over to first. They just haven't been able to connect, so they can't convert on that final out. It's 5-0 now in the Athletics' favor, with number 10, Victoria, who scored the first run of the game here for the Athletics. Maury's going to go to second. And pardon me, that's not Maury, that's Liam, and Liam will be safe in time. Over at third, as he has a successful steal, so runner now a base hit away for Victoria from scoring another run. We'll see if she can make it happen. This pitch delivered. Strike as that one hits just the perfectly middle of the strike zone. Perfect pitch there. Delivered from Connor, who's still trying to find the final out here. This one delivered. Strike number 2 as that one just finds the bottom of the strike zone. So Connor up in the count early. 1-2, I believe it is. And an opportunity to deliver one more and find the punch out here to end the inning for the Rockies and leave runner stranded at third. We'll see if he can deliver. We'll await the pitch. Inside for a ball. We'll move to 2-2 now. That's a great take there from Victoria. So 2-2 the count called from the ump. We'll await the pitch from Connor, who still has an opportunity to end the inning here and send us to the top of the third. Time will be called as catcher will fix his equipment before we get back and undergoing here. But still with a runner over at third. And so we'll get back resumed here as he's all good. 2-2 count, pitch incoming. Outside for ball number 3. This will load the count up. Full count with Victoria's second at-bat here in this game. She would love to pick herself up an RBI if she can make it happen. We'll see if she can deliver. We'll await the pitch. Full count. Here it is. Strike number 3 to end the inning as the Rockies find the final punch out. And that will do it for the bottom of the second inning. It's a 5-0 game as the Athletics add 2 to their tally. And I believe we're going to see a new pitcher also come into this game for the A's. With that note, that was a good inning for the Rockies. They found 2 quick outs. Can't deliver on the final one, but they do get out of it with only allowing 2 runs against them. It's a 5-0 game, and we'll see. We'll get a number. It will be number 8 for the A's at the mound. I believe that's going to be number 8, Will M. at the mound. And so, we'll take out to the field and we're getting underway here. And we'll see who's going to lead things off for the Rockies just momentarily. I believe we might even go back to the top of the order for the Rockies and I believe it is going to be Austin in the leadoff spot for the Rockies, so he'll try to lead things off successfully for them. As we'll get it off and underway just momentarily. We'll see if Will M can get into a groove here as he looks to keep this game scoreless, but Austin, the leadoff hitter, trying to get on base and start the inning off successfully for them. And so Austin will step up to the plate just momentarily and get his second at-bat here in this game. We'll see what he can do here as he'll step right up and be the first batter to face Will here in this game. So we'll get the top of the third inning underway here. We'll see if Austin can start things off successfully for the Rockies. Oh, he gets hit right in the shoulder. That was a hard ball too. He looks to be okay. Takes it like a champ. We'll shake it off and we'll start things off with a leadoff walk here for Austin, and the Rockies will take over to first. And we'll move on to the orders. Bring out Lillian to the plate now with a runner over at first with an opportunity to advance the runner to a scoring position. We'll see what she can do here as well. Pitch number 1. This one delivered. Strike number 1 as that one hits the outside of the zone. And so we'll start things off in this count. 0-2 is that strike number 2. So Will, back-to-back huge strikes here as he has an opportunity to find his first punch out here in this inning. Can he deliver? 0-2 pitch incoming way off the plate for ball number 1. That's Austin going to take off to second base and have a successful steal as he'll be safe and sound over at second. So he advances himself into a scoring position, makes Lillian's job a little easier in a 1-2 count. Still an opportunity though for Will to deliver a punch out here. We'll await the pitch. Winds and delivers outside for ball number 2. So a 2-2 count now. Well, he got up in it early, so still an opportunity after those last 2 balls. That one delivered, just misses the inside of the corner of the zone. Make that a full count here. 3 balls in a row against Lillian. She's battled right back in it. And a full count pitch incoming. A walk would send her over to first. But one more strike would be the first out in the inning. We'll see what Will can deliver as we await the pitch. This one, strike number 3. Is Will able to deliver that one right down the middle of the strike zone and retire Lillian and be out number 1 off the first strikeout from Will. We'll move on in the order. We're at number 8 booed in this one. That one's going to be outside for ball number 1. Start this up at off 1-0. As the Rockies still trying to get on the board here. They have a runner in scoring position over at second. That's going to be ball number 2 as that one's also outside. And we'll go to 2-0 now. So 2-0 the count. We'll await this pitch. This one slung in there, swung on and missed. As they took a little step off the plate there, and then when they realized that ball was going to be over top of the plate, step back in. Strike number 1 nonetheless. 2-1 the count. As Bill tries to find some more strikes. That one's delivered way outside. Runner's going to advance to third. Austin going to turn on the Jets. By the time the catcher picks that ball up, it'll be successful steal from Austin. He's now a base hit away from getting the Rockies on the board here as he advances to third all by himself. So 3-1 the count, 1 ball away from putting runners in the corners. Swung on and miss. Strike number 2. I believe that will load up the count here. Full count with Bode at the plate. Will delivers. Strike number 3. The punch out as that one just gets the top outside corner of the zone. And so, move on in the order, bring up number 12, Spencer, who pitched the first inning here for the Rockies. Now we can see what he could do at the plate here. Pitch number 1 against Will, gonna get him in the shoulder. And he looks to be fine, takes it like a champ, and will take over to first base. So that one did get him hard in the shoulder there, so we'll see if he stays in the game. We'll have a pinch runner potentially come in as he looks to go back to the dugout. As that will put runners in the corners as the hit by pitch walk comes through. And so still an opportunity for the Rockies to get on the board here as they do have a runner at third. Would love to start the offense off for them here in the top of the 3rd inning as we're getting to the final couple innings in this game. So batter will be called to the box, and it will be number 5 Griffin at the play here with runners in the corners. An opportunity for him to pick himself up an RBI if he can find some sort of gap here. We'll wait pitch number 1 from Will. This one delivered, swung on and missed. Strike number 1 as that chop was just a little too low. He'll go 0-1 down to the count. This All's pitch also delivered right down the middle again from Will. Strike number 2. 0-2. Will up early, an opportunity to find the punch out here. If he can deliver one more, we'll see how Griffin battles against this in the 0-2 count. This pitch delivered, finds good contact right out to left field. Austin's going to come home and score. It'll be an RBI single for Griffin as he fires that one through the gap between shortstop and third. It's a base hit and an RBI as the Rockies get on the board. It's 5-1 now as they're able to finally crack through. And we'll see if they can increase this tally here in the top of the third inning. It's a great start nonetheless. As we'll move on in the order with runners at second and first now. This pitch number 1 delivered. Strike number 1 against Nathan, who is at the plate now. He'll go 0-1 down in the count. But a great hit there from Griffin as he went 0-2 down in the count early and then battled back with that huge hit. Strike number 2 going against Nathan. He goes down 0-2 early. We'll see if Will can finish him off here or if Nathan can make something happen. This pitch delivered outside for ball number 1. We go to 1 and 2 now. Will delivers this one outside again for ball number 2. So back-to-back balls for Nathan. Puts him 2s across the board. 2-2 the count. They wind to deliver up high for ball number 3. So 3 balls in a row. 3 great takes. Brings him to a full count here. And a huge pitch incoming. We'll await it. Pitch delivered from Will in the full count. Strike number 3. As 3 balls in a row were delivered. But nonetheless, the final one is all that matters. Strike number 3, and I believe that will do it for the top of the third inning. The Rockies find 1. They leave runners stranded at second and first, but nonetheless, they get on the board. So success for the Rockies, but the Athletics still with a 4-to-run lead as we'll head to the bottom of the third. And an opportunity for the A's to extend their lead, as we'll see, he's going to be back at the mound. It will be number 3, Connor, for his second inning of work, as we'll get the bottom of the third inning underway in just a few moments' time.
Nutella is basically a substitute for pudding.
I don't like Nutella. It's terrible.
Well, I can't really have pudding.
Why?
I'm sick.
Pudding does? Must be the milk.
I took one bite of it and I feel so I like Nutella.
So, lemon bread, sorry.
We went up for
Have fun?
yeah, but Billy and Charlotte there's 3 of us.
And so we'll get the bottom of the third inning underway here as Connor will throw his last couple pitches before we get off and underway here. And we'll see who's going to lead things off for the A's just momentarily. So I believe it could be number 3, Odin. It's going to be my best guess. We'll find out, confirm that in just moments' time, as I believe Victoria was our last batter up in the bottom of the second. So we'll figure it out just in moments' time and before we get off and underway. This will be Odin. Steps up to the plate for his second at-bat here in this game. We'll get the bottom of the third inning underway here. It's a 5-1 A's lead, and they have an opportunity to extend the lead. We'll see if the Rockies can have another good inning here. They only let 2 up in their last one. Swing and a miss. Strike number 1 as Connor delivers that one. A nice little, like, sunk down just before it hit the strike zone. So Connor starts things off 0-1 against Onan. This next pitch delivered. Onan finds contact, but will foul it back. He'll go to 0-2 now as he fouls that last ball off. And so An opportunity for the punch out here if Connor can deliver. He's up 0-2 early in the count. We'll see if we can make it happen as catcher's equipment is kind of bugging him here. It's been came off a couple of times. You hear the dugout getting loud for Odin at the plate. Want him to find some sort of offense here. And so, an 0-2 count. Connor, an opportunity to find the punch out here. This one deliverable behind Odin's head for ball number 1. That's a good take by Odin. Finds himself a ball. So he tries to get on base here. You hear both these teams, the Rockies out in the field, being encouraging for Connor. Odin gonna get that one behind him for ball number 2. Back-to-back pitches behind Odin. We go to 2-2 now. Still an opportunity for Connor to find the strikeout though if he can deliver one more through the zone. We'll see if we can make it happen. We'll await it. Still winds and delivers. That one swung on and missed. Strike number 3. And that will be the first strikeout here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. As we'll move on to the order, as it will be Will R at the plate now. With out number 1, a quick one from the Rockies who are trying to battle back within this game. We'll see what Will can do here, as he'll step up to the plate for his second at-bat in this game. Still no runners in any bases for the A's, but he'll look to start things off. We'll await pitch number 1 from Connor. This one delivered. Strike number 1 as it just dips down into the strike zone. So we'll start this count off 0-1 now. So an 0-1 count for Connor. We'll await pitch number 2 against Will. This one delivered. Strike number 2. As that one just hits the top corner. And it'll be an 0-2 count to kick things off for Connor. 1 pitch away from finding the second strikeout in a row here for the Rockies. It would be a huge start to their inning. We'll see if they can make it happen. We'll await the pitch. This one delivered. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. Back-to-back punch-outs for Connor and the Rockies. 2 down, 1 to go as they look to strike out the side. We'll bring up Miles to the plate here as they'll look to change that though. So 2 quick strikeouts for the Rockies. Pitch number 1 delivered. Finds contact. It will be just in play, but it will just spin back into foul territory. So it will be strike number 1 in the count as he fouls that one off. So an 0-1 count now. 0-1 against Miles with 2 outs against the A's. That one up high for a ball. Takes ball number 1. Move to 1-1 now. We'll await this pitch. This one delivered inside for ball number 2. Guy by Miles, not to take a swing there. So a 2-1 count after that last pitch. This one delivered. Swung on and missed from Miles. Had a lot of power behind it, just couldn't find contact. 2-2 the count now, and an opportunity for Connor to strike out the side if he can deliver one more through the count. Can he make it happen? He delivers. Good contact from Miles. Hit right to the first baseman. Trying to beat the run to the bag. In time. Out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for the Rockies as they make it happen. Huge inning as they keep the Athletics scoreless. We'll head to the top of the 4th inning with the final time for the Rockies to take to the plate, and they need at least 4 runs if they want to stay in this game. A huge inning from the Rockies nonetheless as they retire 3 batters in a row. And so, as I say, the Rockies need to get the offense going here. Potential final inning of ball here. If they can't find 4 runs, I believe that will do it as we're in the final inning of work. And so we'll see who's going to take back out to the mound for the A's. Looks to be number 8, Will M, for his 2nd inning of work. Had a good top of the 3rd inning, allowed 1 run, so we'll see what he can do here in the top of the 4th as the Rockies need some runs, and they need them now. We'll see if they can convert on them. We'll see who's going to lead things off just moments time.
put in for you. We'll put in a good word. Not to sway the game or anything.
And so in the leadoff slot for the Rockies, looks to be number 2, Peter, will have the task of leading things off here in the top of the 4th inning. He would love to get on base and start the inning off successfully. We'll see if Will can get off to a hot start, though, from the mound as he tries to shut things down and take the win here for the Athletics. The Rockies with a need to battle back here, though. And so, Peter will step up to the plate and we'll get the top of the 4th inning underway here. The Rockies need 4 runs here. Pitch number 1 will be chopped right to the mound. Scooped from the pitcher, thrown to first in time for the first pitch, first out situation, as that was a slow chopper right to the mound, and Will makes the perfect play over to first. Out number 1 off of pitch number 1. We'll move on in the order. Brings up number 10, Jonah, to the plate here for the Rockies after a quick first out. We'll see if he can get on base here. So he'll step up and we'll get Jonah's second at-bat here in this game underway. Pitch number 1 from Will, delivered just inside and up high for ball number 1. As he takes a couple warm-up swings, we'll await it. This one, strike number 1 is that one. Perfectly down the middle, a great play there. As you saw the catcher move over to his right a little bit. Wanted to deliver that one, and he will perfectly put it in his glove. So we'll await this next pitch in a 1-1 count. This one delivered. Strike number 2, as that one's also perfectly over the plate. And so now, Jonah up against it. 1-2 the count. He's got to protect anything over the plate. We'll await the 1-2 pitch. Just inside. Great take there from Jonah to back away from that one. We make it 2-2 off of ball number 2. Will delivers this one. Strike number 3 to find out number 2 for the A's. So 2 quick outs, and we'll move on to potentially the final batter. Connor takes to the plate, and well, with 2 outs here, he's got to be careful. I believe one more would do it for the game here in the top of the 4th inning. We'll await pitch number 1. This one delivered, finds contact, but just pulls it just off the third base line into foul territory. Connor was all over that ball, just couldn't keep it fair, had tons of power on it. Connor pitched the last 2 innings for the Rockies. We'll see what he do on the offensive side of the ball. He'll take strike number 1 as he fouled that last one off. 0-1 the count. This one delivered from Will, just outside for ball number 1. Move to a 1-1 count. This next one delivered from Will. Strike number 2 with a swing and a miss. 1-2 the count, an opportunity for Will and the A's, I believe, to win the game. Pitch delivered. Swung on and missed. Strike number 3. And the A's end the inning 3 up, 3 down.
Good job, Will.
And I believe we'll see what that does. That will do it for the top of the 4th inning. And we'll see what the call is going to be. They're going to discuss if they're going to do one more. So I believe that will do it. The A's able to retire the side 3 up, 3 down. They're in the top of the 4th inning to end the game. I believe they're going to discuss. Both teams are out for a handshake line, but we'll see if they keep this game going, if this will do it right here And so that will do it. The A's win this one 5-1 over the Rockies. The Rockies had their moments where they looked like they had an opportunity to get their offense going, but only ended up with 1 run at the end of the day. So a great game by both these teams. The Rockies go to 0-2 in the record. I believe we'll probably see them later today. And well, the A's, I'm not sure how their first result goes, but they'll get a win in the win column, at least one. And so that will do it. The Athletics win this one 5-1. We'll have the Blue Jays and the Yankees at 1:30 here on the KBA channel. You won't want to miss it, so subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the Kingston Baseball Association action, as it's all live streamed right here. I've been Jacob Ewing. The Athletics win this one 5-1 over the Rockies. Thank you for watching.